like to start off saying I own no rights to this video. It's all for educational purposes only. Fair use, fair use. Disclaimer, fair use. I own no rights to this video. I am making no money off of this video. It's all for educational purposes only.
What the f? Dude, you did a murder for what?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 4. And the Egyptians I will give over into the hands of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Racha Kodash. That's who this world ignorantly called God and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit in the Paleo ancient Hebrew tongue. Double honors to the elders and apostles across the four corners of the earth that's pushing this truth and sincerity. We know where that truth lives, with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to those we elect. Yeah, man, as you see the video I presented to y'all, man, that's ICE. You know, taking force into their own hands, man. And, you know, it's a crazy scene, man, you know. And it was said to be, you know, I don't know how true it is, but it was said to be that that's a so-called white woman, man. That in the car that they shot at. That's a so-called white woman, okay? And this is what's going on and what's happening, man. You know, this is the Lord putting the spirit on man to do these things, man. You know, this is the Lord using the sword to take action, man. And it's going to get a lot worse than this, man. You're going to see a lot more epic scenes than this. And this is something that was just caught on camera that ICE done. There's been many unalives and deletions that ICE has done, you know, rape and, you know, slot, grape, you know, they have done a lot of things, man. And, you know, this is just something that was on camera, man, you know, but this is the world this is what the world is coming to, man. We have nothing to be cheerful for. There's nothing to be looking forward to a beautiful new year. This is what's to come right here, man. It's going to get far more worse than this, man, you know. And this man could be pardoned because why? We're under a fierce ruler. And who is that? That's Trump. But ultimately, who rules over Trump? The central bankers, man. You know, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, man. You know, the 13 families, man. You know, so, hey, you know, this is what they want done to usher in their new world order, man. This is what they're going to do. I'm going to read Isaiah 19:4 again. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hands of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, Yahweh of hosts, man. So, ever since Trump got in office, man, he's just been bombing everywhere. We doing this. You getting the bomb. We gonna make war over here. We gonna take this oil over here. We gonna take this over here. Trump has been a fierce ruler. He's been a fierce ruler, man. And hey, it's nothing but prophecy, man. But these are the things that come that we gotta look out for us, because ICE is unaliving niggas now, man. And this man more than likely could be pardoned, man, for this action, man. Because they said, ICE can do what they need to do and they won't be held accountable. So what that do? That give these devils more authority to do shit like this, man. That gives them the open the door for them to just be buck wild and do whatever. But it's all through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Let me get that. This Proverbs 16:1-2. It says, the preparation of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from Yahweh. All the ways of man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahweh weigheth the spirits. So see, ICE thinking y'all thinking everything is wrong. Oh, they shouldn't have shot. I shouldn't have shot at that person like that. But Yahweh weigheth the spirits, man. So in our eyes, we thinking, damn, that's fucked up. He ain't had to shoot that innocent person, whatever, woman. What they say is to be a so-called white woman. That's what they say. Speaking just as a man, I don't know if it's true, but yeah. But yeah, man. But in the Lord's eyes is just. All death up under the sun is just towards the Lord, man. It's righteous, towards the Lord. Because the Lord says, roughly paraphrasing, nothing leaves this world innocent. Nobody leaves this world innocent, man. Roughly paraphrasing, So, when these actions happen, man, Lord put it in man's spirit to do these things, man. Because why? It's judgment. It's judgment, and we're going to see a lot more of this taking place. We're going to see a lot more of this taking place, man. Off the scale type, man. Like ICE just doing what they want, man. If you rebel, pow, pow. If you speak up, hey, you shouldn't, pow, pow. That's what they really want to get to, But yeah, man, it's all through the Lord, though, man. Let me get a scripture. This is Jeremiah 25. I'm gonna go to 29. We'll go 25 verse 29. I'm gonna end it at 31. This is Jeremiah 25, chapter 25, verse 29. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. And as you know, the scriptures is many-fold. So that city that's called by my name is Israel, Jerusalem, You know, the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So he's going to bring evil upon us, man. You know, Israel is a people before it's a place in this book, okay? Because we're not in the land right now. But it's also referring to, you know, if you read it in that time, well, this is a prophecy as well, man, you know, amongst all nations. I think this the one. Yeah, when he brings desolation to all nations as well, you know, and hey, this is a future prophet. This is many-fold as well, man. According to the scriptures, you have to remember spiritually, the scriptures is many-fold, and nothing new is under the sun. So when the Lord describes something gonna happen, in the times of these old prophets, yes, they were talking about. Sometime they were talking about in the text they were in, but a lot of these visions are mostly future prophecies too as well, because we have the spirit to take heed and see, you know, by these actions that the Lord is bringing the sword. You know, today this is how he's going to bring the sword. You know, it's just like ancient Rome. You know, this is how they're going to use their this is how Esau uses his sword, man. You know, and the Lord is allowing him to do these actions, man. Because why? He's got to bring evil upon his city that is called by his name. And that's you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians today. Because we're not in the land of where we're, you know, in the Holy Land, you know. But I'm going to read verse 29. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. And should ye be utterly unpunished? Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith Yahweh of hosts. So all the inhabitants of earth is going to feel this sword, man. You know, they're going to come down mainly on so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but their own nation is going to get in the crossfire of this too. Just like this woman did, you know? She got caught in the crossfire up here, probably trying to save ICE, because you got some Edomites out there, man. Well, they perceive to look like Edomites, man. But they got the spirit of going against ICE, not letting ICE get the Hispanics, man. You know, they're pulling up in front of them, stopping their car. You know, no, you're not going to. You guys can't take them. You guys need a warrant. You know, them white folks, bro, they be standing up, man. Because they don't like that shit, because they feel like if they doing it to people that got papers, they can do it to us, you know? So you got some of these so-called white folks, which are Edomites according to the Bible. You know, they are you know, they're standing up against ICE, man. No, it's not right. You can't do that. No, I know you can't do that. You guys don't have a warrant. That's what they do, you know? That's what they do, man. Hey, they're ready to stand up against ICE, man. And, you know, and when they stand up and do that, they can be caught in the crossfire like this, man. You know, and that's gonna bring a lot of that's gonna bring civil war, because there was this chick on TikTok. She was saying, you know, there was ICE around in her area, and but the ICE people, they were what can I say? They were Jakes. They were Israel. The ICE people were Israelites, man. You know, she said they look like us. And I'm thinking like, damn, you know, a lot of Jakes took a lot of ICE jobs in some states maybe, you know. And, you know, these white folks seeing that, these so-called white folks seeing that, you know, J.O., it's a nigga and doing ICE. Oh, no, you damn nigger, you fucking nigger, you fucking nigger, you let go of that, you let go of him, you fucking nigger, you know. And then you know, Esau called Jacob nigga while he working in ICE, and he shoot Esau, and bam, Civil War, man. You know, this thing can go take off in a lot of places, man. You know, but this is all the Spirit of the Lord working, bringing His sword, using His sword, bringing destruction, man. In verse 30, therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, Yahweh shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout, and they shall tread the grapes against all the inhabitations of the earth, man. Tread the grapes meaning destroy, man. All the inhabitants of the earth, man, because all these other nations have to pay for touching, you know, the apple of his eye, which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Even though 2/3 of y'all don't even want to listen to what the hell we got going on, but hey, so be it. You know, so be it. But the Lord, y'all will be treated as grapes as well, man. Through actions like this, or it could be pestilence. You know, it can be pestilence. You could get sick and die, or when they bring in this wave of frequency, this 6G, oh, you're gonna see a lot of people getting sick, dying when they up this 6G. Why they up to 5G, and people caught the vid, caught the vid and told people to go get jump shot, the jab, and it did people, but not enough. So now they're like, oh, we got to crank up the radiation, man. Yeah, we're gonna bring you faster speed now. Your phone has been lagging, or we're gonna bring in faster speed. We're gonna bring in 6G. Not knowing that what radiation fries you. It fries you. It fucking fries you, man. Now you want to turn it up. This man, let alone the shit Trump doing. Blowing down on Venezuela, taking China oil transaction from Venezuela, now he talking about going to Cuba. Hey, it's a lot going on. And motherfuckers talking about dating is crazy, man. All this shit going on. You got motherfuckers still going to the club looking for the next motherfucker. Why all this shit going on? Verse 31. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for Yahweh have controversy with the nations. You see? The nations. So, hey, you can be a so-called Negro. You can be a Salat, you can be an Israelite, you can be an Edomite, you can be an Ammonite, you can be a Hamite, you can be a Ammonite. You know what I mean? Hey, the Lord is the Lord gonna bring this shit on all nations, man. But mainly his people. When shit really get to kicking off, a lot of so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians are going to be deleted, man. It says, he will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith Yahweh, man. So, these actions are really to fulfill what the Lord once done to that soul. Don't know what that soul did, but hey, these are the judgments that's coming, man. But this is why this man got to get out the chair, because he loves to shed innocent blood. And the Lord has judgment for those who love to shed innocent blood. Let me get 2nd Esdras 15 and 22. It says, like as they do, Salat, 2nd Esdras 15 and 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth, man. So, your pastor a damn lie when he says, "Oh, the Lord hates the sin but loves the sinner." That's a goddamn lie, because it says, "My right hand shall not spare the sinners." So if you do anything against the Lord, hey, he's not gonna fucking spare you, man. You know, if you fuck up, you know what I mean, and try to do better and keep trying to do better, and because the Lord expect perfectness out of us, man. He expect us to be perfect. Let me get that. This is Matthew's 5 and 48. It says, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." So how can we be perfect? Live by the law, man. Live by the law the best way we can. Rehearse the righteous acts. Why? We have to do that. Why? Because we don't want the Lord to get us caught up in something like this, man. You know, well, first and foremost, Jake ain't gonna be in no mess like that. But the Lord can have it like that. You could be driving and ICE trying to get somebody, and you just happen to be in the way. And they telling you get out the car. You don't want to get out the car and do right. Hey, you try to take off, and Lord have them straight delete you. You know, the Lord can. These are actions that the Lord can bring, man, upon your life, your lot, and it's going to come to a lot of souls. Because why? They wasn't perfect serving the Lord. No, ICE out here doing whatever the fuck they want to do. You know? But, hey, if it was a so-called white woman, hey, this is all I can say about it, man. This is Deuteronomy 32, and let me get verse 41. It says, now I'm going to start at 39. "Seeing now," Deuteronomy 32 and 39 through 41. "Seeing now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." See? So the Lord did this, man. The Lord said he kill, he make alive. He wound and he heal. The Lord had it in that man's spirit to come out here like that, act like that, and had his spirit to pull out that gun and do that, man. See? And just dropped him. Just like that. These are all actions through Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus. Verse 40, who y'all ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ. Salat. Verse 40, "For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever." Verse 41, "If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies, and I will reward them that hate me." Who is his enemies? First and foremost, it's the heathens, these other nations. And 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which is his own people, Israelites. 2/3 of his people hate him. Because y'all love Jesus and y'all love living in y'all own ways, and y'all love living in y'all own sin and lust, and y'all love the ways of religion, man. You know, so y'all hate the Lord, man. You know, because y'all hate Yahweh Shah. When we try to tell y'all about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah and tell y'all we have to live by the book, not by the words of the pastor, y'all hate us. Y'all hate us, man. Y'all hate us. No, but hey, it's all good, because why? The Lord got this for y'all, man. let alone nuclear missiles. Let alone nuclear missiles, man. Those are coming as well. All this shit popping off, man. Something is about to happen here, man. Soon. You can count on that, man. You know? You can count on it, man. But hey, this is just something that was caught on camera, man. There's many unalivings ICE done, man. And many grapes on women that they done. I have to talk in code, you know, because hey, they bringing out AGI. I'm gonna do a video on that too. Artificial General Intelligence. Yeah. So, you know, it's a different AI system, man. And yeah, that's really gonna be pointing out brothers like-minded like us, man. You know. But yeah, man. You know, these are actions that's taking place and been taking place. You know, people are pulling out their phones more on ICE now. So now ICE are gonna, you know, be seen caught doing these actions like this, man. You know? And, hey, man, you know, shit getting real, man. And if you don't know the Lord in these times, man, if you don't know Yahweh in these times, you're not gonna Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, which we gotta serve Yahweh Shah first. And we have to know him first, man, to receive salvation from shit like this, man. You know? But yeah. With that, I'm gonna end.